are roll bar covers for the Bronco. Okay, so before we get too hot and heavy into the video, the first part of it, because you're getting a 2-for-1 video today, the first part of it will be about the touch-up paint and everything that's in this tube. This is OEM. It costs about 35 to 40 bucks. It's expensive. I don't know if it's across the board on every single state about how much this is, so dealership may vary on their prices. The second part of the video is going to be installing IAG roll bar protectors. Now, I wish I had these before we put the quarters on, because this would have saved me a lot of headache later on, because I wouldn't have had to buy this because we put a lot of scratches in our car, not gonna lie. But we have these to cover them up. But why, Jill, are you going to use touch-up paint when you're gonna put these over it anyway? Well, because I live in Florida and salt is everywhere, bare metal and water and salt don't mix. It will help prevent corrosion on the roll bar or any scratches on the body. Steel corrodes. Aluminum, it does a little bit different when it's mixed with something it doesn't like, but steel and water and salt equals rust. I want to help prevent that by not having a lot of things getting underneath of this. To prevent that, I'm just going to put a cover of paint on it, and then we'll cover it with this. So not only will this act as a protector against the mechanism of the soft top, but underneath of it you'll have the protection of the paint to prevent the roll bar from corroding later on. Hi, welcome to 151 Garage. I'm Jill, and today I'm doing a solo video. It's been a while, and I'll probably be a little bit rusty on it, so please be nice to me in the comments. Alright, so on this video we are going to talk about touch-up paint because we had a few little accidents with our car putting on the rear quarters after we got them back from paint. So when we lift up the rear of the top, this mechanism right here got too close to the roll bar, caused some scratches on either side of our car. The left side is a lot worse than the right. We already fixed that one, so there's no need to show you that. But right here we have a couple little spots that's all the way down to the metal. Black vehicles are very, very high maintenance, and they show everything, every little chip and all that. So it is recommended that you get touch-up paint for these. If you have a black Bronco, your paint code will be G1, which is shadow black, or absolute black. It used to be called absolute black before Ford changed it to shadow black. It is essentially the same code. Now, this little guy here, if you guys can see it, this is the touch-up paint from Ford. This is an OEM paint. There will be 4 different paint codes for the black, for the G1, which is the shadow black, aka absolute black. Depending on your paint code, it will have the various ones. Some of them are just solo, which is only 1 coat on it. There's some that have 2, there's some that have 3. Now in this tube, you have everything that you need. This spiky thing comes off. This little set, that way you want to do this, you can set it up that way as well. But this comes off if you want to take this off. You take that off, and you just sand all the rust out of the area. It also makes microfiber scratches in it to help the paint adhere to it. The paint itself is not with a clear. So the way paint is applied on the factory is you have a bare metal with an etching primer with a base coat, which is your color coat. Now if it's a 3-stage, it's a little bit different, but this is a 2-stage, and you're going to have an etching primer with a base coat, which is your color coat, and then you're going to have a clear coat on top of that. Your base coat will be in the paint right here, and then this section in the silver right here is your clear. So you undo just this top. I do believe this right here will spin, and I think it can come off, this right here. If it spins, it's okay. If it comes off, you put it back on. But anyway, you want to grab at the black section below it, lift it up. This does not have the clear in it. The clear is underneath here. So this is lacquer-based paint, and the factory, as well as the dealership that I worked at, not all dealerships do this, but the one I worked at, they spray water-based paint. And for you women who do your nails, you're going to be very good at this. I don't do nails, so, but I got really good about touching up paint by a lot of practice on cars. So I'm going to bring you over. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So you see that? And you just do like minimal strokes. Just take your time with it. It dries really quick. I mean, this dries in like under like 5 minutes. It's really super quick. Get it as even as possible. It will never look like it's been air sprayed. If that's the looks that you're going for, be prepared to be disappointed. It will not ever look like it's been sprayed. It will look globbed on. It will look like it's been brushed on. It will look touched up. And that's one thing I've done over at Ford, is when people come in and want us to do their touch-ups, I always warn them, like, it's going to look like it's been touched up. Now there you go. It's not on the finger. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the clear on it. The clear is right here. Now it has like a little spongy applicator, like a foam brush. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the applicator. You need very, very little of either one of the products. So I have my Simply Cranberry cocktail that's clear. This is alcohol, by the way, not the kind that you drink. You always want to use your microfiber. You don't want to use anything that's going to be heavily scratched. Now the alcohol will not hurt the paint on your car, in case you're worried about that. It just won't do it. That's how we clean off everything. The only thing that it will do is just take off the wax that you have on it. So if you do this on like an outside body panel, you're gonna have to re-wax it, so just keep that in mind. Also, if you do wash your car with Dawn dish soap, you're gonna have to re-wax your car then too. Because in the body shop, there's times that we actually had to wash a car with Dawn dish soap to get all the silicone wax off of it in order to get the paint to adhere. So. This is going to take a while.
A few moments later.
Here we go. I was going to have to break out pliers, I think, or something. Get off. Now what these are just roll bar covers from IAG. I will link it down below. They are plastic. They're meant to just keep this from scratching your roll bar, which I wish we had these earlier. But then you guys wouldn't have this video. And I wouldn't have the opportunity to teach you about touch-up paint. So this is a blessing, I guess. The way everything's working out. Okay, we did it. I had to cut this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I had to cut it. Maybe you can see it. There's a little bit of red right there. That's because this overlapped that one, so I had to cut it. But we did it, so on to the show. Now these are not marked left and right, so dry fit these first before you do this. The diagonal lines, if you can see that in the design right there, these go down towards the bottom. Sorry. These go, whoops, these go down towards the bottom. So you want to slide it behind this. Now it will catch a few things as you go. and like so. Just push them into place. Now I don't have the other side on, so I'm going to break out that one so that way I can show you all the details on it. I really like it. I really think that was a nice touch by IAG, is to have at least a little bit of graphics since 1966, and then the 3 stripes on there. That's really neat. We're going to install this one off camera because that side has a little bit more of touch-up to do than this side, but it's a really simple process. Just make sure everything is stuck down. Just press it all the way. Just preparation is key for everything. So if you want something to stick properly, make sure you clean off all the residue first. So that's the final look at the product on the roll bar. Hope you like it. I think it's going to do a wonderful job protecting the roll bar from the mechanisms on the soft top. Nobody has ever made anything. IAG is the only one I've seen that made this. Now, because we bought these a long time ago, I don't know when, they only had these on here. Now on the site they have a 4-piece, which will include this piece right here and the piece that goes up here. That's the only thing that's available on their site because I looked before I edited most of the video. So I would highly recommend this product. We will put it through its paces. There may or may not be an update video, I don't know, but we will be lifting the rear end of this, I'm sure, to put the struts in and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how they hold up. I'm pretty sure they will hold up just fine. So, but I like it. I like it a lot. Very easy to install, minus the touch-ups that I had to do on here. The entire process would be literally like 5 minutes. You can't get much simpler than that. You just can't. Thumbs up from me. I would recommend it. Go check them out. Link down in the description. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.